Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda, Gopinata, Madana Mohan, Shri Govinda, Gopinata, Madana Mohan, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Hare Krishna, Haribol. So good to be back with everyone. Really happy. We had festivals all yesterday, but the good thing about Krishna consciousness and the good thing about even an internet sangha is that the parties don't ever have to stop. So we get to observe and continue observing Sri Balaram Jayanti even today, and we get to talk about the glories of Lord Balaram even today with each other. So I'm really happy to be here with all of you. As always, we are going to start with Jai Radha Madhava to bring us into the mood of our virtual Vrindavan Dham. And I was even singing Jai Radhe Jai Krishna Jai Vrindavan even before this, just as a little intro as we waited for other people to join the live stream, just because Vrindavan is such a magical place. And really the past few days I've been just really feeling the magic of Vrindavan, even in my own life, just within my heart, just looking at the magic of Krishna and how our own hearts and lives can become magical and places of profound miracles when we let Krishna take over our lives. So we will start with Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jannavalabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jannavalabha Girivaradhari Jashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamunatiravana Chari Jashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jannavalabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Radha Madhava Radhe Govinda Jaya Radhe Govinda Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai Shri Radha Govinda Dev Ki Jai Shri Balaram Jayanti Mahamahotsava Ki Jai. So any day is a good day for a festival when we are associating with Krishna. Any time is a good time for us to concentrate our minds and our hearts on the glories of Krishna and his eternal associates. So even though Balaram Jayanti was yesterday in so many parts of the world, we get to experience it and keep on experiencing it even today. How lucky are we to be associated with a culture, to know of a God that not only lets us know his name, but also lets us know about his family, what his family looks like, what his family likes to do, who his family are. He never appears alone. It's said within Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna, as he is creating this material creation, they say that the Lord feels a sense of longing for his associates. And when he feels this sense of longing, what does he do? He glances over material creation and awakens all the jivas. Who are the jivas? That's us. That's all of us. So the Lord feels a sense of longing. How fortunate are we that the Lord feels a sense of longing just for our association. We are small, finite, living entities, but every one of us is so important to our Krishna. We are so important to Krishna that he feels a sense of longing without us. And then he glances over material creation and awakens all of the jivas. Even in this place where we feel as though we want to rule and be the boss without Krishna, he still feels a sense of longing without us and will do anything just to associate with us. So there are so many different spiritual paths, and in so many different paths, they don't know the name of God. They are not able to acknowledge the personality of God. And by personality, I mean the God with feelings, the God who feels sad without us, the God who has a range of emotions, the God who has siblings and parents and wants, desires. When we think of a person who is self-satisfied, we hear these terms, these lofty terms like self-satisfied. What does that mean? It means that God doesn't actually need anything outside of himself. And yet, our Krishna has desires. He has wants. What does he want? He wants to be loved. What does he yearn for? He yearns for our association. So when we do our mantra meditation, when we chant japa, when we sing in kirtan, whether with loads of people or just by ourselves in our houses, why are we singing? Why are we chanting? We are chanting for the pleasure of our dearest friend. Because what does our dearest friend want the most? Just wants our association. How fortunate are we to be associated with such a supreme, divine personality. So many places we hear about the divine, the universe. The universe is working in my favor. Here, in our culture, the divine has a name, has a form. So when we say the universe is working in our favor, what do we actually mean? We mean Krishna, the supreme person, is working in our favor. He is making divine arrangements just to make our lives better. We are so fortunate. In the Jewish tradition, they are not allowed to call God by name. They are not even allowed to write it. And here we are encouraged. Chant the name of God at every moment. My Guru Maharaj likes to say, do not let a breath escape without having chanted the name of Krishna. That should be the goal of our lives. We are encouraged to chant anywhere, at any time. We are encouraged to call the universe by name. And why? Why should we call the universe by name? Well, we could refer to the Supreme Person as the universe. We could. It's not wrong. But it would be like addressing me as Mataji. Oh, Mataji, I would like to request you to speak with me, give me some advice. Sure, I will. But everyone who knows me knows that I don't like being called Mataji, because I feel like I am on this spiritual path right with you. We are in this together. We are friends. We are siblings. We are on this path as a spiritual family. So those who know me, they have more intimate titles with which to refer to me. Some of them call me Didi. They call me older sister. And it awakens in my heart the relationship that I have with so many of my friends. And that's totally cool with me. Some people, they call me Achyuta. And that awakens even more an associative, intimate relationship that I have with people. Ah, this person knows me really well. And then there are different nicknames that only my family and even my close friends know. And they know the nicknames that they have given to me and why they have given me those nicknames. And with each nickname, the relationship gets even more intimate. So when they start calling me by these nicknames and they ask, oh, do you just think that you could give me 5 minutes of your time? I just need some of your advice. I think I want to drop everything for these people in my life because they're so dear to me. I want to drop everything for them. And when I think about these different nicknames, when I think about all of them, my heart melts. So we could refer to Krishna as the universe. It's not wrong. But, when we call Krishna by his name, we are calling him, oh, my Lord, my friend, who is all attractive. Then Krishna's ears perk up. Oh, wait, they know me. Let me see, what can I do for my friends? And when we call him Govinda, who has named him Govinda? The very cows of this material creation, the cows of Braj say, you are like our Indra, and therefore you are known as Govinda. You give pleasure to the cows and the senses. The gopis refer to him as Govinda. So when we say Govinda with a heart full of love, our Krishna says, oh, wait. My friends are calling me. Yes, when we call him Madhava, who are we calling? We are calling our friend who is the Lord of spring. He is sweeter than honey, the Lord of all sweetness. Oh, Madhava, just come and enter into my life. And then our Lord, his ears perk up. They're calling me with some familiarity, some intimacy, some love. They're calling me with all the love and affection within their hearts. So we should look at the many, many unlimited names of our Lord and pick one which is our favorite. We are encouraged to call him day in, day out, daytime, nighttime, afternoon, wherever we are. There are no hard and fast rules. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says it is for this reason that you have hundreds and millions of names. What is Lord Chaitanya's one lament? His lament is that I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thinking, if only I had an attraction for the names of Krishna, I'd be calling to him millions of times a day. One of my friends is asking, who gave him the nickname Kanha? His own mother. His own mother gave him the nickname Kanha. So when we think of, oh, Kanha, it's a village name. It's a family name. It's an inside name. So many cultures, they have an inside family name and then they have an outside name. that the rest of the world may call you by. So when we address Krishna by these intimate family names, these inside names, Krishna is giving access to us of his most intimate qualities, his most intimate pastimes. He's saying here, know me. Know me. And don't just know me. Call out to me. I will save you. I will carry you away. I will sweep you off your feet. I will love you. I will protect you. So, we should take every opportunity to call out to the many millions of names of Krishna, because we are fortunate. This is our fortune. This is our life's wealth. If ever we were thinking, are we opulent or are we poor? It doesn't matter how much material wealth we have. I say this not as a rich person. So I totally understand. Yeah, I know it's not about how much material wealth we have, but that would make us more comfortable. But even Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, he refers to Krishna as Madhava. What does he mean? He means, O husband of the goddess of fortune, only you can save me. So, these names even have so many different meanings. I love to think of the sweetest ones, the sweetest meanings that I can think of. And so many people are chiming in and they're saying, I heard Kana was the way Krishna said his own name as a toddler. Leela Manjari, my dear sweet friend, if you can find me the source of where you heard that, I would love to have that, because that is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Come on. Just the way Krishna says his own name as a toddler. How adorable is this? We have so many chances to think of our best friend. So one person is saying that one of their dear friends once said that our Lord is sitting in the heart, just beside the phone, waiting for us to dial in. That is the absolute truth. That is something that has made me run to my japa beads time and time again, thinking that the Lord of the universe, our dearest friend, is sitting by the phone, waiting for us to call him. Thinking, oh, maybe now they'll call. No, not this hour? Okay. Maybe the next hour they'll call, and they'll just talk to me. Not this hour? Okay. Maybe the next hour they will call me. He's so eager for us to call him. We should think every hour is an opportunity to call out to our friend. My mom has taken this instruction and this hope so seriously that she has set a timer on her phone that reminds her of the top of each hour, just so she can have an opportunity to call out to Krishna. Just for 1 minute, 30 seconds, just to say, oh my Krishna, I am so grateful to have you in my life. Oh my dear Guru Maharaj, I am so grateful that you have chosen to tell me about Krishna. I am so thankful to have an example like my mom, examples like my sisters, examples like my family. And I try to bring these meditations into my heart that, wait a minute, my Govinda might be disappointed just waiting by the phone. We've all had this experience of being in a relationship with someone, and we are waiting by the phone thinking, okay, maybe they'll call. Or maybe they'll write to me. Maybe they'll send me just one email. Maybe they'll send me one letter, one text message. And then when they do, and then they put a little emoji into it, then we spend hours analyzing what that emoji could mean. Oh, they sent a smiley face emoji. Oh, wow. I feel like they're seeing me. And then if they send the smiley face emoji with hearts, then we've taken it to the next level. Now I can't believe how much our relationship has grown. Then if they send a smiley face emoji with hearts and a wink, then we're thinking, oh wow, this person is really into me. Just think how our japa is to our dear, dear friend. This is what our japa is like. He's waiting for us. I wonder if they'll call. I wonder if they'll write. I wonder if they'll send me just one text message. Even if it's to call out and say, I'm in trouble, help. Our Krishna is eager to respond even to those calls. And he's just waiting by the phone, waiting for us to call him and send a little wink emoji. Like, Krishna, I know this is you working miracles in my life. Thanks. Or, Krishna, I know this is you working miracles in my life. I can't believe it. I know I don't deserve it. And here you are sending me miracles anyway. And we get to send a little face with a heart. We should take as many opportunities as we can to text our best friend, our dearmost love, the person who knows us better than we know ourselves, and all it takes is just calling out, speaking once the holy name of Krishna. One Mahamantra, that is it, that's all it takes. So, yeah, one of my friends is saying, imagine seeing the typing bubble from his side, because we all know the feeling of anticipation, the excitement that we feel when we know the other person is typing. Okay, I've waited all day just for them to get back to me. And now, here we go. Here we are. One of my friends is asking, why are we so important to Krishna? Why not? Why not? Krishna is hungry for our love. Krishna says in so many places in Srimad Bhagavatam that I live in the hearts of my devotees, and my devotees live within my own heart. In the 9th canto, he says, I know no one but them. They are so dear to me. And one of the reasons that we are so dear to Krishna, and this is for us specifically, one of my favorite things that I learned from the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam and from the glorious book Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita, which maybe at some point we might have to just start reading on these live streams and talking about, because it has inspired me so much in my devotional life. One of the favorite things that I learned from these books and these beautiful histories is, why are we so important? Krishna has an abode, right? He has a spiritual abode filled with people. He has his own goddess of fortune. He is also self-satisfied. He has glorious servants like the demigods, like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, people who can do so much more for him than we can, right? What can we do for Krishna? We are small, insignificant people that can't even remember to wake up on time. We can't even remember to give him all of our love and affection. We hold back. We think, oh, but I want something for myself, right? We're not just giving. Why are we so dear to Krishna? Shri Krishna himself says, he uses the example of Prahlad. And what does Prahlad say? Prahlad says, I haven't done anything great for Krishna. All I've done is remember him sometimes when I was in trouble. Can't we all identify with that? We think, I haven't done anything for Krishna. All I do is remember him when I'm in anxiety and I say, oh, Krishna, fix my life. All I do is remember him when I'm in trouble and I say, oh, Krishna, fix my family. Right? All I do is remember him and I ask him for miracle after miracle in my life. Why would I be the recipient of Krishna's mercy? Why would I be so dear to Krishna? So Prahlad Maharaj says, I haven't done anything. All I've done is remember him sometimes when I'm in trouble. But Krishna says, he holds the devotees, the new devotees, That's what Krishna calls them, new devotees, like Prahlad. If Prahlad is a new devotee, then aren't we all new devotees? I've only been in this movement a few decades. I am new. I'm new to Krishna consciousness. How many lifetimes have I been forgetting Krishna? But I am new to this Krishna consciousness. And so Krishna says, but I value those new devotees. Listen carefully. I value them more than my own abode, more than my eternal associates, more than my own goddess of fortune. I hold them dearer than my own self, my very own life. Why would Krishna make a statement like this? Dearer to him than the goddess of fortune are people like us? Who are we? What have we done? Krishna tells the secret. Undoubtedly, without doubt, the residents of Vaikuntha, the goddess of fortune, demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they are situated in loving devotional service. No doubt, they are constantly situated in loving devotional service. But what do we have that gives us an edge? Our Krishna says they have devotional service, but they have not undergone any trials and tribulations in order to get it. This is mind-blowing, and it was so hopeful for me. It changed my life. Sri Krishna himself says, those that undergo trials and tribulations, obstacle after obstacle, just to achieve a little bit of devotional service, I am sold, purchased, wholly, solely, head over heels in love with those devotees, just because they undergo so many obstacles just to achieve Krishna. How fortunate are we that we have obstacles in our path. I never thought of obstacles as something that I was fortunate to have until I read that passage. How fortunate are we? Those obstacles are the things that make Krishna fall head over heels in love with us. He says, because they undergo all of this, I have to run to them. Anytime, every time they call me, I must run there. I must give them my whole heart. I have to give them miracles. And he says that he fulfilled so many of Prahlad's wishes. He protected Prahlad so much because he didn't want his own devotees to lose faith. He wanted his devotees to have faith that he would protect them no matter what. He would protect them in spite of all obstacles. So he saved Prahlad time and time and time again. Yes, on both platforms, both on Instagram and on Facebook, people are saying that true devotees ask for more difficult times. They ask for reversals in order to think about Krishna. I think it's a little bit of a cheat. I think that these pure devotees know that these obstacles make Krishna fall in love with us. And so then they start asking for more obstacles. When I thought about it that way, it made a lot of sense to me. Because wait a second, these obstacles are the thing that we have, that the pure devotees, even Lakshmi Devi, they have to go and find obstacles to overcome. Because they know these obstacles purchase Krishna's heart. These obstacles make Krishna run to their side. Shri Krishna says, I follow them just like their own shadow. How close is our shadow to us? Our shadow is so close. So now they ask for obstacles. And yes, these obstacles are going to come anyway. There is no one person's life that is free of obstacles. Not even our supreme best friend. In the story of Sri Ram, how many obstacles did he have to go through in life? And he's God. He was supposed to be king. He couldn't be king, not for 14 years. He goes to the forest. He loses his wife. He has to go through so many obstacles just to get his wife back. He goes back to his kingdom and people criticize him. He was perfect and people criticize him. So if we think in our lives that we are being criticized and we think, what can I do? How can I become perfect to escape this criticism? We cannot. There is no amount of perfect that we will ever be that will erase the obstacles from our lives, because Sri Ram was perfect. He has names that mean he is perfect. In every way, shape, or form, he's perfect. And still, he was criticized. And because of that criticism, and because of his adherence strictly to Dharma, he has to break his own heart and send his wife away. Obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. So who are we? I can't think I'm greater than Sri Ram, that I shouldn't face obstacles. They are going to come anyway, but these are the things that give us hope. Because the Lord himself says, those who face those obstacles and they just try to endeavor to overcome those obstacles that are going to come anyway. Those people who just endeavor to try and overcome those obstacles just to love me a little. That's it, I'm sold. I fall in love with those people. They are more dear to me than my very own life. These obstacles are our greatest fortune. They give us the chance to see Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says in Srimad Bhagavatam that the hand of the Lord can be seen everywhere. It's just up to us to have the eyes to see it. So now, through these obstacles, we can see the hand of our dearmost friend in our lives. How? Because we look at those obstacles and we say, this is not fun. I guarantee you, it will not be fun. Obstacles are not fun. They hurt when you go through them. Queen Kunti, who was asking for more obstacles, was crying as she went through the obstacles. It was not fun in any way. So yes, they are going to hurt. Then we are going to need to cling to each other, to call each other and say, okay, remind me of why I'm going through this. And then we need each other to say, this is one more chance for us to give Krishna a reason to fall in love with us. When we overcome this obstacle, when Krishna works this miracle in our lives, I don't know how he'll do it. I don't know when he will do it. But he has already promised that the miracle is coming. So when he works the miracle in our lives, we will be able to say, look, I am proof. I am proof of Krishna's mercy. Even though I don't deserve it. Even though sometimes I am a horrible trash friend. Even though sometimes when I'm happy I forget to call out to my best friend. Even though I know I don't deserve it. He's going to work the miracle anyway. And I'll be able to say, I'm evidence. I am proof. I am here today because of Krishna's mercy. Because of the love of my best friend. So when we are in the midst of those obstacles, call your friends. Reach out to those people in your lives. Reach out to your tribe, your soul mates, those people that can enliven you. And if you have no one to reach out to, reach out to me. Reach out to me. I will try and get back to you. Because we need to remind ourselves, this is just one more reason for Krishna to fall in love with us. This is just one more reason to see the hand of Krishna in our lives. This is just one more reason for him to work a miracle. So, we've answered so many questions, which I really love doing. I don't think I ever get a chance to answer questions like this in a live stream. And this is bringing me the most joy to my heart. So please know, this is making me so happy. What does all this do? What does all this have to do with Lord Balaram? In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada says, in all of his many spiritual forms, Balaram tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. He is one of the best examples of devotional service. Srila Prabhupada says that even the desire to serve Krishna, when it manifests in our hearts, that is the mercy of Sri Balaram. That is Sri Balaram's energy, his own Shakti, manifesting in our hearts. We would not have the desire to serve without Sri Balaram. We would not have the desire to love Sri Krishna without the mercy of Sri Balaram. If we want the mercy of Shri Radha Krishna, of Sri Radha Govinda, then we have to catch hold of the feet of Lord Balaram. And we have to say, oh my Lord Balaram, oh my Lord Nityananda, who is none other than Balaram, please, I am nothing without your mercy. But if you give me your mercy, and I know you are the most merciful, even more merciful than Krishna himself, you are the most merciful. If you give me your mercy, then and only then can I be introduced to the divine couple, Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Radha Shyam Sundar, Shri Radha Madhava, Shri Radha Krishna, Shri Radha Kunja Bihari. Whichever way you find attracts your heart when you chant the names of Shri Krishna, we can't do it without the mercy of Sri Nityananda Balaram. We have his mercy as our divine wealth. He is on our side. He is working for us at every moment. And one of my brothers is saying, Balaram Hoilo Nitai, he has appeared. He appeared as Sri Nityananda. And what did Sri Nityananda do, who is none other than Balaram? Balaram is a great personality. He is an exalted personality. Royalty. He killed one person with a blade of grass, Balaram. But what does Sri Nityananda do? With the very same grass, as dried up straw, he puts it between his teeth. And he goes door to door, begging, palms folded, in front of whoever, and says, just once, take the name of Krishna. I promise you, if you do, I will make your life sublime. I'll take care of everything else just once. I am a beggar at your door. I am your servant. Just take the name of Krishna. Srimad Gaur Govinda Maharaj gives such a beautiful translation of the name Nitai. He says that the name Nitai means take it. Take it. And so he says when we hear the name Nitai, we should understand that this personality is coming door to door, heart to heart. Our hearts are like temples. Our hearts are like spaces where we reside, knocking on the door of every single heart saying, take it, take it. What is he giving? The name of Krishna, Krishna Prema. So Lord Balaram himself, who is the epitome, the personification of strength, spiritual strength, the source of all beauty. Who can be more beautiful than him? He is the personification of Krishna's beauty. Krishna has so many opulences, 6 in total. Beauty is one of them. And the personification of that beauty is Balaram. So now this personification of beauty, this personification of strength has come as Nitai, just to say, I am a beggar in front of you. I will bow down in front of you. I will give total dandavat pranams in front of you. Just take the name of Krishna. It is so dear to me. It has changed my life so much. Just take this name. Chant it one time with love and affection. I will take care of the rest of your life. How fortunate are we? There is nothing more important in our lives. Nothing more valuable in our lives. There is no medicine equal to the holy name. The Hari Bhakti Vilas, which is a compilation of the glories of devotional service, says that there is no medicine equal to the holy name. All the more reason that we should chant during this pandemic. This is soul food. This is medicine for our souls. Because even if we contract a deadly virus, and even if somehow we recover from that deadly virus, what about the rest of our lives? What do we do for our souls? What do we do for this material condition where obstacle after obstacle will come? Then we have the trick. We have the holy name. We have the thing which is dearest to Lord Balaram and Lord Nityananda himself. We have Harinam. There is nothing more valuable than this in the entire creation. There are demigods performing penance, even now, just to have the opportunity to chant this holy name in the association of those who have love for the holy name. What a beautiful benediction we have. There are demigods praying for what we have access to. How can we say we are too busy? And I am such a victim of this. Oh, I know I have to chant my japa. Oh, but this is really busy. This is really important. I'll handle this, and then right after that, I'll chant my japa. How can I say that? When there are higher beings, beings more powerful than me, beings who are able to manipulate the workings of the material universe, beings that people pray to for boons and benedictions. They are praying just to have the opportunity to chant, to have the opportunity that we have, the opportunity that Srila Prabhupada traveled around and around the globe to give us. I want to try every day to come to the point where I no longer think that something else is more important. I'm not there yet. I struggle. I struggle every day. I want to keep struggling. Because if I keep struggling, that means I didn't give up. So my goal is to just not give up. If every day is a struggle, well then, okay. I want to struggle another day because that means I didn't give up. And if I didn't give up, then that means I've called Krishna one more time, and that's all he wants. He's waiting for the opportunity for us to call him. Because when we don't call him, he says, Ye yata mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham, as everyone surrenders unto me, I meet them where they are. I reciprocate. I give them the love that they have given me. So the days when I say, something else is more important, the days when I say, oh, that can wait, I push my Krishna away. My very own friend, I push him away. The days when I run to my japa, the days when I run to my meditation, then Krishna runs faster and faster to me. Faster than I can ever run to him, he runs to me. So those days when I think, Krishna, why aren't I hearing you? Why aren't you answering me? Why aren't you giving me some response? I think of the times in the day when I have not paid attention to him. And I think, maybe I just have to pay a little more attention. Maybe I just have to think of him a little more eagerly. Maybe, just maybe, I have to call out a little bit more. Because how I approach him, that is how he will reciprocate. And the miracle about Krishna is, even when I even if I reach out just a little bit, because honestly, how much can I do? I reach out in my own meager, insignificant way, and then he reaches out millions of times more. He gives us more than we could ever ask for. Sudama Brahmin, which I know we'll have to read the story of that at some point. Sudama Brahmin is the friend of Krishna himself. He arrives and he is poverty-stricken. His house is falling down. He doesn't have food to feed his children even. And he arrives to see his friend and he feels like he's so insignificant he can't even ask for the wealth that he needs. He offers Krishna some flat rice, chipped rice. This flat rice is what is given to beggars. It's such an inexpensive grain that it is given to the beggars. And that is all that Sudama has to give to Krishna. Krishna takes that flat rice, that chipped rice, and he eats it like it is the most tasty thing he has ever tasted. And why? Because Krishna is hungry for love and affection. Always. So he tastes the love and affection of his friend. And he eats that chipped rice. He eats one mouthful. He eats a second mouthful. He goes to eat a third, and Rukmini stops him. Wait. My lord, wait. You have become so pleased with Sudama. If you eat a third morsel, if you eat a third handful, I myself will be obliged to go and serve Sudama for the rest of my days. I can't bear to be separated from you for that long. So wait. Just wait. This is the glory of our best friend. This is the glory of the Lord of our hearts. So what does he give to Sudama? Sudama returns home, and before he can even get there, he sees, I think I'm on the right way to my house, but everything kind of looks different. The houses, not one, many houses look like palaces. Shri Krishna did not only transform Sudama's house, but the surrounding houses. Everyone else was blessed with the mercy of Krishna on the strength of Sudama's love. How gorgeous is our best friend. How beautiful is our best friend. One of my friends is saying that there is a Gujarati folk song about Sudama's visit to Dwarka. And what I will do is I will try and find it. And if I find it, I will post it on my page. Because not only should I hear it, we should all hear it. And what is the beauty about the fact that there is a Gujarati folk song about it? It's in a folk language. So all of us who think, do we have to praise Krishna just in Sanskrit? No! In our language. In the tongue that is most dear to our hearts. In the language that is most dear to us, we should praise our best friend. Make songs, make poetry, glorify him, speak about him, take any opportunity we can just to extol the glories of our best friend and say, this is how my best friend has worked a miracle in my life. Even if it's just through hearing about someone else's miracle. So if you only speak Russian, tell these pastimes in Russian. Speak about them in Russian. Sing about him. If you only speak if you speak a language and you've tried hard to learn English or whatever it is to try and connect with Krishna, beautiful. I commend you. And then take the language most dear to your heart and sing about our friend. Srila Prabhupada encouraged people to translate these books into every language in the world. There should be no impediment. This is our offering. This is service. He would say this writing, this art, these are all forms of meditation. This even is japa. This is kirtan. This is devotional service. Take your offering seriously, because you have an offering to give. Whether it is art, your art will inspire someone's heart to think of Krishna. So, because Lord Balaram is the best of all servants, I have to read a little bit just about the description of Lord Balaram. And we will continue tomorrow with the glories of Lord Balaram. And tomorrow, which will be August 5th, 6th, I will post a flyer and a poster about it. Tomorrow we'll be streaming through to Mayapur TV. So nothing changes on Instagram. But on Facebook, it will be through Mayapur TV. And we'll be discussing part 2 of the glories of Lord Balaram, where we will read more and get into more facts about Lord Balaram. But just so we have a little bit of a meditation about Lord Balaram. This comes from a book called Appreciating Vrindavan Dham. And it is compiled by His Holiness Mahanidhi Swami. And he has compiled from so many places the glories of Vrindavan Dham, of Sri Krishna, and the inhabitants of Vrindavan Dham. So Sri Krishna's family, his entourage, his siblings, his friends. So there's a section all on the glories of Lord Balaram. So I thought I would read a little bit from that section, just to get us a little bit into the mood. So this says, powerful Sri Balaram is 16 years old, full of the luster of youth, and has a fair complexion, the color of crystal. Balaram wears blue garments and a garland of forest flowers. Baladev's handsome hair is tied in a graceful topknot. Splendid earrings adorn Balaram's ears. Sri Baladev's neck is splendidly decorated with garlands of flowers and strings of jewels. Splendid bracelets and armlets ornament Dauji's graceful and very strong arms. Balaram's feet are decorated with splendid jeweled anklets. Sri Baladev is Sri Krishna's dearest friend. Baladev is a great reservoir of the nectar of mellows, of many kinds of transcendental pastimes. Lord Balaram's beauty is enhanced by the earrings touching his cheeks. Balaram's face is decorated with tilak, made from musk, and Balaram's broad chest is ornamented with a garland of gunja berries. These gunja berries are small red, black, and white berries, native to Vrindavan Dham. Sri Baladev's complexion is as white as an autumn cloud. We hear of Sri Krishna's complexion being dark as a monsoon cloud. But those white, white autumn clouds, that is the complexion of Sri Balaram. And he is the color of crystal. I've heard descriptions that his cheeks hold the iridescence of opals. If anyone has seen a jeweled opal, then you know that on the outside the opal looks white, but the longer you look at it, you get so many hues. It's like a rainbow. His gorgeous cheeks hold the luster of opals, polished opals. How magical is Sri Dauji. Sri Baladev's complexion is as white as an autumn cloud, and he wears blue garments. Balaram's voice is very grave, and his arms are very long, touching his thighs. Sri Balaram is the servitor Godhead, who serves Lord Krishna in all affairs of existence and knowledge. The transcendental abode exists by the energy of Lord Balaram. Krishna's first expansion in a form for pastimes is Balaram. Balaram himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and he does the work of creation in 4 other forms. In all forms, Balaram is tasting the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. When we hear of the many forms of Lord Vishnu, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, Karunadakshayi Vishnu, all the many forms of Vishnu, we hear of this expansion of the Chaturvyuha, Sankarshan, Vasudev, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. We hear of so many forms that the Lord has expanded himself into. The first expansion is Lord Balaram. All other Vishnus, all other expansions come from him. How fortunate are we to know the mercy and the glory of Sri Baladev. If we develop consciousness of this fact, then we are in actual Krishna consciousness. We should always remember that Krishna is the only Supreme Master and that everyone else is his servant. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Ara Sababhritya. Krishna is the only Supreme Master. All the rest are his servants. Either Narayan or Lord Shiva, everyone is subordinate to Krishna. Even Baladev is subordinate to Krishna. That is a quote from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 13, text 53. In the transcendental pastimes, Krishna is the chief hero, and Balaram provides additional help. Lord Balaram is constantly serving Lord Krishna in every respect. In all of Krishna's incarnations and pastimes, Lord Balaram is always present, serving Krishna in different forms and manifestations. In Ram Leela, Balaram serves Lord Ramachandra as his younger brother Lakshman. In Kali Yuga, Sri Balaram spreads the Sankirtan movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Lord Nityananda. Lord Balaram serves Sri Krishna in all 5 rasas, from Shanta to Madhurya Ras. And even in Braj Mandala, he is Krishna's crown, bed, clothes, throne, ornaments, and any other object that Krishna utilizes. These are all expansions of Lord Balaram. As Krishna's cowherd friend and elder brother in Sakya Ras, Sri Balaram sometimes accepts service from Krishna. And even in Madhurya Ras, he expands himself as a gopi. He becomes the younger sister of Srimati Radharani, who is known as Ananga Manjari. In this way, Lord Balaram serves Sri Krishna in all respects. All glories to Lord Balaram, the greatest servitor of Sri Krishna. All glories to Sri Nityananda Ram, who is always worried about our great fortune of chanting the holy name. This beautiful book can be found on Amazon, in ebook and in print book. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you all so much for engaging me in extolling the glories of Sri Balaram. and extolling the glories of devotional service as our greatest wealth. I can't wait to see you all again tomorrow evening. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Shri Radha Govinda Dev Ki Jai.